Holy is that truth? I did not believe it.
Supermodel Adriana Lima is finally speaking out about the horrible things that she was put through in the modeling industry, and the truth about what she has to say will truly shock you. When your job is all about the way that you look, there's a lot of pressure to always look your best. But while we might forgive regular people when their bodies change, the same compassion isn't usually applied to models. They are held to an insanely high standard of beauty that of course is impossible to maintain. So it seems like some people are often just waiting for iconic models to lose their looks. And even someone as notably attractive as Adriana Lima is not safe from that kind of judgment. She's had to deal with her fair share of criticism over the years, and she's admitted that a lot of times her harshest critic has been herself. But last year, when she got pregnant with her third child at the age of 40, she received an online comment that a lot of people thought was uncalled for. According to a report by the Daily Star, a TikTok user felt the need to comment on Adriana's physical appearance. In 2022, she attended a movie premiere during the Cannes Film Festival with her partner, Andre Lemers. She wore a long black maternity dress that exposed her second trimester pregnant belly.
The 40-year-old model.
While most people commented on how radiant she looked, that one TikTok user posted a more cryptic message. They uploaded some pictures of her from the festival and captioned them by saying, "Adriana looks so radically different now." While this comment could be interpreted in a number of ways, a lot of other TikTok users quickly interpreted it as a negative one. They were quick to defend Adriana and littered the post with their own comments and opinions. One user said that it was obvious she looked different, she was pregnant. Another threw some shade by saying that Adriana looked better than 90% of the model's haters, and someone else commented that she was in her 40s and it was her third pregnancy, yet she still looked better than most women. I'm sure Adriana would have appreciated having so many people in her corner. Sadly, she's probably used to receiving all kinds of criticism about her appearance. Even though many people consider her to be one of the most beautiful women in the world, she's been vocal about her issues with self-image. She's been in the modeling industry ever since she was 15 years old, and that's a long time to be in a profession that values body perfection. Adriana set a record by becoming the longest running Victoria's Secret angel ever. She modeled for them from 2000 to 2018.
How crazy.
But as glamorous as her life may look, being in a world that constantly critiques the way women look hasn't always been easy for her. And she's talked about the extreme measures she has put her body through before doing a show like Victoria's Secret. In an interview with the London Telegraph, Adriana confessed some shocking details about the diet she goes on before a Victoria's Secret show. She revealed that she would have no solid food for 9 days before, just protein shakes and a gallon of water a day. Then she would reportedly deliberately dehydrate herself by not drinking water for 12 hours before walking down the runway.
Intense. And I'm too extreme.
Around 8 million people watch the Victoria's Secret fashion show every year, and the show, as well as the modeling industry, has often been criticized for setting impossible beauty standards. A lot of people blame the world of fashion for women's body image issues, which is something that Adriana has actually addressed before. In 2016, she told people that she would like women and girls to stop comparing themselves to models all the time. She said that you have to be yourself, and that the minute you try to be something you're not, you lose your identity.
Above 30s, they become more and more beautiful.
As Adriana got older, it seems this message has become more and more important to her. In 2017, she posted something on Instagram that surprised a lot of people, and you won't believe what she vowed to stop doing from that moment on. She began by saying that something in her had changed. She recently had a friend tell her that she was unhappy with her body, which caused Adriana to question things in her own life. She explained that every day of her life she woke up thinking about how she looked that day and if she was going to be accepted in her profession. Then she realized that the majority of women probably woke up every morning trying to fit into a stereotype that society, social media, and fashion had imposed. She went on to share that this wasn't a way of living. It wasn't physically and mentally healthy, so she wanted to make a change. And then she announced something you wouldn't really expect from a lingerie supermodel. She claimed that she would no longer take off her clothes for an empty cause. She also included an image with a post with text that said, "We as women can't continue to live in a world with such superficial values." The Instagram post was well received, and a lot of online users praised her for using her platform to address that topic. A year later, she retired from her job as Victoria's Secret angel, and since then, she's been even more open about how she thinks there needs to be change in the beauty industry. In December 2018, she posted an old video on her Instagram of her suffering through a workout she'd done just after giving birth. She captioned it by saying that sometimes people looked at her from the outside and thought that her job was so easy when they didn't know what she she was really going through. Luckily for her, after retiring, there was less pressure for Adriana to get her body back in shape so quickly after having her last baby. But she has admitted that she has found it a lot more difficult to lose her baby weight this time around, and that's been affecting her. In a 2023 interview with People, she explained that she had to remind herself to accept who she was, to accept her body, that she just created life, and it was such a big blessing. And honestly, I think people admired her for not being afraid to share her vulnerability. It's not often that the average person finds that they can relate to a supermodel. While speaking to Cosmopolitan, she revealed that a few years ago she didn't feel in her best physical shape and had self-esteem problems. But apparently she's come to accept that the body changes and that it's okay. Just recently though, Adriana made a pretty huge announcement. She revealed that she would be returning to Victoria's Secret to be a part of their new campaign called the Icons Collection. She and other iconic supermodels like Giselle Bundchen, Naomi Campbell, and Candice Swanepoel will be a part of this new and different line of underwear. Adriana told People that the campaign was all about being unique.
Victoria's Secret and all the brands are embracing and celebrating women in their different stages.
Adriana also said that her goal was to show that women could be celebrated at every age, and that was why she was still modeling and still persisting in being part of the fashion industry. She finished by saying that she thought the industry was accepting of that and that it was really wonderful to see. So it looks like she really wants to change the conversation about women's bodies and what the standards of beauty will be in the future. And hopefully she and other women will be less criticized online in the future when their bodies change and evolve. But what do you guys think about all this? Do you agree with what the TikTok users said in Adriana's defense? And do you think the fashion industry really is changing to include a more diverse standard of beauty? Let me know in the comments below.